What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hey, it's the NFL Guy podcast. And usually, no, it's not Tuesday. I'm actually doing it on Monday. So I just thought I'd do this a little bit do this a day early. Jimmy Baba Ganoush, or no, I should say not Jimmy Baba Ganoush. Jimmy and Johnny Baba Ganoush is sleeping right now because they've got to be up early. But Grandma Baba Ganoush is up, and Grandma Baba Ganoush is 135 years old. And I just wanted to say, I don't know what you're still doing up because I thought you took your prune juice and you rubbed your icy hot all over yourself and already went to bed. But Grandma Baba Ganoush, how did you do in your fantasy football this week?
Not bad, not bad.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm really happy. So, I did okay with my picks on week 9. I went 9-5. 65 and 40 overall, which isn't bad. The teams I did get right on was I got my upset pick this week. I picked the Giants over the Raiders, and I got that right. I got the Falcons over the Saints right. I got the Patriots over the Panthers right. I got the Ravens over the Vikings right. Dolphins over the Texans. Chargers over the Eagles, Chiefs over the Packers, Chiefs over the 49ers, and the Steelers over the Bears. Yes, I went against my Bears. What a pathetic game that was. So we'll get into that a little bit later. The teams I did lose on, I took the Jets, the Colts won, I took the Bills, and the Jaguars won, which is probably the biggest upset in the last 2 years. I took the Bengals, but the Browns won, which I can't believe that happened. I took the Cowboys, and the Broncos won. Wow. I mean, there was so many upsets this week. It was unfreaking believable. I took the Rams, and I got lost on that. So, yeah. Then my 3 players to shine in fantasy, I went with Jordan Love. Remember, I've got to come in within 5 points of what they scored. I picked Jordan Love was going to have 19 fantasy points. He ended up with 11, so I missed it by 8. Saquon Barkley, they said all week Saquon Barkley was going to play. But apparently not. He didn't go, so he didn't get the 21 points, so I missed it by 21 points. And then A.J. Brown, I predicted he was going to have 24 fantasy points, and he had a really down week. He only had 9 fantasy points, so I missed it by 15. My bold predictions, well, my number 1 was Saquon Barkley was going to have 125 yards and 2 touchdowns, and that didn't happen. He didn't play this week. Christian McCaffrey, his first game back from his injury, I thought he was going to go off and have 110 yards and 2 touchdowns. But he only had 52 yards and no touchdowns. And then Najee Harris, I predicted he was going to have 130 yards and 3 touchdowns. Well, he only had 62 yards and 1 touchdown. So anyway, let's get to the recapping of the scores. The Thursday night game, the Colts defeated the Jets 45-30. Carson Wentz went 22 for 30, 272 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor, a monster game for him, 19 carries for 172 yards and 2 touchdowns. Michael Pittman, 5 catches for 64 yards and 1 touchdown. John Johnson, which Mike White was hurt, so John Johnson came in and actually had a pretty good game. I'm not sure who John Johnson is. I don't know what college he played, how long he's been playing, but he went 27 for 41 for 317 and 3 touchdowns. And Elijah Moore had 7 catches for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. In our first big upset, the Giants upset the Vegas Raiders.
Shut up! Oh my god, I don't care!
Okay, well, I'm still gonna talk about it, but anyway, Daniel Jones went 15 for 20 for 110 yards and 1 touchdown. Devontae Booker, 21 carries for 99 yards. Derek Carr went 30 for 46 for 296 and 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Josh Jacobs, 13 carries for 76 yards, and Darren Waller, 7 catches for 92 yards. Also, another upset, the Falcons upset the Saints, and I don't know. I think Saints fans are pretty much telling the Falcons,
How would you like to suck my balls, Mr.
oh, there you go, man. They're telling the Falcons fans to suck their balls. Yeah, that's what the Saints fans are saying. Matt Ryan, 23 for 30, 343, and 2 touchdowns. Mike Davis never showed up in this game. 9 carries for 13 yards. Cordell Patterson, the human, what did Chris Berman called him? Oh, I can't remember. The human Swiss Army knife. That's his nickname, the human Swiss Army knife, just because he's good in so many things and so many places, kind of like the Swiss Army knife. Trevor Siemian, 25 for 41 for 249, 2 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara, 13 carries for 50 yards, 1 touchdown. He also had 4 catches for 54 yards. Probably the biggest upset this year, maybe last year, of 2 years ago, and man, was this a low score game, and I just cannot believe this game. I cannot believe the Jacksonville Jaguars upset the Buffalo Bills 9-6. The Bills with Stephon Diggs, Zach Moss, Josh Allen. They only scored 6 points? Bills fans, what are you feeling about this game? And, yeah, that's how the Bills are feeling right now. Bills fans. Trevor Lawrence, 15 for 26, 118 yards. Carlos Hyde, 21 carries for 67 yards. Dan Arnold, a tight end for the Jacksonville Jaguars, which I picked him up in my fantasy. Kind of a sleeper tight end. 4 catches for 60 yards. Josh Allen, 31 for 47, 264, and 2 big interceptions. Stephon Diggs, 6 catches for 85 yards. Zach Moss, 3 carries for 6 yards. Didn't even make an effort in this game. The Browns defeated the Bengals 41-16. Baker Mayfield, 14 for 21 for 218 yards and 2 touchdowns. Nick Chubb, wow, what a game did he have on his first game back from his injury. 14 carries, 131 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 2 catches, 86 yards, and a touchdown. Joe Burrow, 28 for 40, 282, and 2 interceptions. Joe Mixon, 13 carries, 64 yards, and 2 touchdowns. T. Higgins, 6 catches for 78 yards, and Jamar Chase, 6 catches for 49 yards. The New England Patriots defeated the Panthers big time, 24-6. Do you remember when the Panthers started out really good? Like, what happened with them? Mac Jones, 12 for 18, 139 yards, 1 touchdown, and then 1 interception, which I was watching First Take, and I was listening to them this morning, and they were just saying Mac Jones is the best rookie quarterback that's playing the best right now. And I'm telling you, man, Mac Jones is just going to keep getting better and better and better. And they were talking about, like, man, the Patriots, they think they're going to win the rest of the games. And a few people picked the Patriots in the Super Bowl, which kind of blows my mind. Ramondre Stevenson, 10 carries for 62 yards and 2 catches for 44 yards, Sam Darnold, 16 for 13 for 172 yards, 3 big interceptions. And CMC's return, he had 14 carries for 52 yards, and he also had 4 catches for 54 yards. Let's go with this. Let's go with the Dolphins. Defeated the Texans 17-19. Jacoby Brissett 26 for 43 for 244 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Myles Gaskins 20 carries for 34 yards and 1 touchdown. Tyrod Taylor 24 for 43, 240 yards, 3 huge big interceptions. Brandon Cook 6 catches for 56 yards. The Chargers just squeaked by the Eagles 27-24. Justin Herbert went 32 for 38 for 356 yards and 2 touchdowns. Austin Eckler 17 carries for 59 yards, and Keenan Allen 12 catches for 104 yards. Jalen Hurts went 11 for 17 for 162 yards and 1 touchdown. Jordan Howard. Boy, it's really good to see Jordan Howard play really good the last 2 weeks. I picked him up. I'm using him as a flex player. 17 carries for 71 yards and 1 touchdown. Devontae Smith, 5 catches for 116 yards and 1 touchdown. The Chiefs, I don't know what's wrong with the Chiefs' offense. Like, Travis Kelce played in this game. Tyreek Hill played in this game. Obviously, Clyde Allaire wasn't there, but this should have been a blowout. Like, they should have destroyed the Packers. But they barely won, and the Packers had a chance to win, which blows my mind. The Chiefs defeated the Packers 13-7. Patrick Mahomes 20 for 37 for 166 yards and 1 touchdown. Darrell Williams 19 carries for 75 yards, and Travis Kelce 5 catches for 68 yards and 1 touchdown. Jordan Love stepping in for the Aaron Rodgers, 19 for 34 for 190 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Aaron Jones, 12 carries for 53 yards. And Devontae Adams, 6 catches for 42 yards. But yeah, I think they're talking about Aaron Rodgers coming back next week. So that is good news for Packers. And also Russell Wilson's going to be playing against the Packers next week, which is great. I can finally put Russell Wilson back in my starting lineup. Man, this game was over by the first quarter, the first minutes. The Broncos defeated the Cowboys 30-16. Yes, let me say this again. The Broncos were up 30-0 on the Cowboys. I could not believe this. This might be a bigger... No, maybe not. No, I was going to say maybe this is a bigger upset than the Jacksonville Jaguars upsetting the Bills. But no, I just can't believe it. And I got ESPN himself, Stephen A. Smith, on my podcast. Hi, Stephen A. Smith. How you doing, buddy? I know I'm not going to keep you up late because I know you got first take in the morning. But what do you think about the Broncos defeating the Cowboys 30-16, and what do you feel? How do you feel the Broncos being up 30-0 in this game? All right, thanks Stephen A. Smith for that. Thank you for that. That just made my night. Teddy Bridgewater, 19 for 28 for 249 yards and 1 touchdown. Javonte Williams, 17 carries for 111 yards. Let me tell you what, man. Melvin Gordon, he's still a decent running back, but boy, Javonte Williams, Denver got a great pickup with him. Melvin Gordon, 21 carries for 80 yards and a touchdown. Tim Patrick, 4 catches for 85 yards and a touchdown. Dak Prescott, 19 for 39, 232 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ezekiel Elliott, 10 carries for 51 yards. Malik Turner, what a good game he had. 5 catches for 33 yards and 2 touchdowns. And CeeDee Lamb, he was just nowhere to be seen. 2 catches for 23 yards. The Ravens defeated the Vikings 34-31 in overtime. Lamar Jackson, 27 for 41 for 266 yards, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and he also had 21 carries for 120 yards. Le'Veon Bell had 11 carries for 48 yards and a touchdown. Marquise Hollywood Brown had 9 catches for 116 yards. Kirk Cousins went 17 for 28 for 187 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Dalvin Cook had 17 carries and 110 yards. Justin Jefferson, 3 catches for 69 yards and 1 touchdown. And we've got to play, my Bears has got to play the Ravens this week. And I'm just kind of like, oh my God. It's like we go from the so-and-so Pittsburgh Steelers to the really good Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, that's not going to be a good game this Sunday. The Titans defeated the Rams on Sunday night, 28-16. I did not see this game, but I'm just kind of like, I woke up this morning and I was just like, how in the hell did a Derrick Henry-less Titans team defeat the Rams 28-16? I just can't believe it. I am shocked. Ryan Tannehill, 19 for 27 for 143 yards and 1 touchdown. Adrian Peterson, his first game as a Titan, had 10 carries for 21 yards and 1 touchdown. Matt Stafford, 31 for 48 for 294, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Darrell Henderson, 11 carries for 55 yards. Robert Woods, 7 catches for 98 yards. And Cooper Kupp, 11 catches for 95 yards. And the Rams are going to bounce back. They're going to bounce back next week. The Monday night game, which, oh my God. Let me tell you about this game. The Bears, I'll have to say the good things about it. Justin Fields played really great. He played his best game of his rookie season in this game. Cole Kmet, go Irish. He looked fantastic. I don't know why in the fuck we're playing Jimmy Graham. Like, Jimmy Graham needs to be released. We've got way too many tight ends as it is. We've got Cole Kmet, who's the starter, Jimmy Graham, Horsted, and Jesse James. Why in the fuck do we have... Why do we even have Jimmy Graham? I don't understand that. The referees in this game was horrendous. Yep, you can fine me. I don't care. I'm just saying the referees fucking sucked. The hit on Justin Fields was just with no cause. And then the Bears hit Ben Roethlisberger barely, and they called a penalty. I swear, I feel like Mike Tomlinson paid off the referees. I really do believe that, because Justin Fields got hit right in front of the referee, laid out, and the referee didn't do anything. And then the one referee who, like, body-checked Marsh, who just got brought up from the practice squad, who played for UCLA. He's been in the league for 8 years. Like, when he stuck his hip out, that referee's going to get suspended and maybe hopefully fired, but he's probably just going to get suspended, because the NFL is going to look at that tape, and it's just like, it was horrendous. But you know what? This was a really good Bears loss. Like, they really came back. It was nice to see Allen Robinson show up. It was nice to see finally Darnell Mooney play good. David Montgomery, his first game back was great. Santos has got a hell of a leg. Like, if we would have just got one more yard, he would have made that. But yeah, it was a really good loss. And the Bears really fought back in this game. So they should have had this game. But you know what? Like I said, it was a good loss, but I just don't see how this team is going to beat the Ravens on Sunday. Big Ben went 21 for 30 for 205 yards and 2 touchdowns. Najee Harris, 22 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown. Pat Freemuth, yeah, that's how you say his name, I believe. 5 catches, 43 yards, 2 touchdowns, and man, I picked him up on I think a few teams, maybe on just one team. But if he's still available out there on my other teams, I'm picking him up. Like, he is playing really good. Like, Big Ben is really liking this tight end. Justin Fields, 17 for 29 for 292 yards and 1 touchdown. David Montgomery, 13 carries for 63 yards. Cole Kmet, great game, 6 catches for 87 yards. Darnell Mooney, 3 catches, 41 yards and a touchdown. And Allen Robinson, 4 catches for 68 yards. And now let's just run by before we get to the. Oh, you know what else? I gotta say something else. I gotta say something else about these referees. Like the laid out hit that Fields took, which he just was laid out on the field, which I thought he was hurt. No call. The hip check. You know what? I made a little song for you. Referees who refereed the Pittsburgh Steelers game, I'm dedicating this song to you.
Fuck you very, very much. 'Cause we hate what you do and we hate your whole crew, so please don't stay in touch. Fuck you very, very much. 'Cause you.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the song. That was for the referees. Anyway, let's get to the fantasy football. A few players. Justin Herbert, 31 fantasy points this week. Devontae Booker, 15 points. Lamar Jackson, great fantasy week, 30 points. Nick Chubb's huge game back, 30 points. Carson Wentz, 24 points. Joe Mixon, 28 points. Michael Pittman, 17 points. Jonathan Taylor, huge fantasy week with 34 fantasy points. So, let's get to the player of the week. Hey, it's the NFL Guys Player of the Week, and I've got two players. So, I had to wake up Jimmy Bob Ganoush out of his deep sleep to hit the drum roll. Jimmy, just hit the drum roll, and I'll let you go back to bed. Thank you, Jimmy Bob Ganoush. Good night. So, anyway, hey, it's the NFL Guys Podcast. Player of the Week is Jonathan Taylor, 19 carries for 172 yards and 2 touchdowns. And also Nick Chubb's 14 carries for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. Congratulations, Jonathan Taylor and Nick Chubb, for being, hey, it's the NFL Guys Podcast Player of the Week. And let me tell you, there's so many players that could have just been like, should have stayed in bed, had some extra bacon, got caught up on Doom Patrol, could have watched Squid Game. So we've got two that gets a special trophy. So our first one is Mike Davis, the Atlanta Falcons running back, who didn't even show up in this game against the Saints with 9 carries for 13 yards. And, oh my God, everybody on the Buffalo Bills offense, who only scored 6 points, which just was the most embarrassing loss I've seen in a long time. So congratulations to Mike Davis and the Bills offense. Anyway, that's going to do it for me tonight. Hopefully everybody has a great evening. I will be back. Possibly I might do my picks tomorrow instead of Wednesday. So hopefully everybody has a great evening. Take care, and I will talk to you soon.
That's all, folks.